The USS Liberty has endured a 25-minute rocket, napalm, and machine gun attack from the air. 9 men lay dead, and more than 40 are seriously wounded. But now unidentified torpedo boats are seen speeding towards the Liberty in attack formation. Suddenly, they begin firing.
The torpedo boats were methodically machine gunning our ship with armor-piercing bullets. The bullets were coming through the ship like it was a cardboard box.
With the Liberty under intense fire, Captain McGonigal dispatches a sailor to the Liberty's only undamaged machine gun mount and orders him to fire back.
There was one crew member who did manage to get up to the on the bow and get into the gun tub that's on the starboard side, and he did let go with a few bursts at the torpedo boats. This is after the torpedo boats had fired upon us.
As the torpedo boats move closer, Captain McGonigal thinks they may be Israeli. He orders the Liberty's machine gunner to cease fire, as Liberty signalman Joe Meadows desperately tries to ward off the attacking boats.
I just started sending USS Liberty, U.S. Navy ship, over and over and over again.
But the torpedo boats don't stop.
The word was passed from the bridge, prepare for torpedo attack, starboard side.
Then all of a sudden, I hear a muffled boom, and the ship lifted up slightly and then just settled back down.
It shakes your teeth. It rattles your whole body. It's like somebody slamming a baseball bat up against the bottom of your feet.
One hit almost amidships, and the intelligence collection spaces blasted a 40-foot hole in the side of the ship, flooded it instantly. A number of men, probably 50 or 60 men, managed to get out of that compartment, and 25 did not. 25 men died from the torpedo.
And then everything went dark. Lights went out, lost the boilers. We were dead in the water.
I came to in water, and it was pitch black. I didn't know what had happened. I tried to stand up, and I tried to stand up on my left leg, and it was like it wasn't there. I just fell over.
The torpedo boats came in. They stopped alongside within 50 feet of the ship. By this time, we had extra large colors of American flag flying. We had clearly American sailors on deck. We had our name in English on the stern of the ship and the ship's number in English letters. They circled us several times, very close, firing upon anything that moved.
They announced prepare to abandon ship, and I figured I was dead.
Some of the men found some life rafts that were intact and would float. They dropped them over the side and floated them, so we had 3 life rafts back there.
I climbed the ladder, I opened the hatch, and I looked out to the sea. And what I saw was the Israeli torpedo boats machine gunning our life rafts in the water as they floated behind our ship.
2 of them sank, 1 of them cut loose, and the torpedo boat went over, picked up that 1 life raft, took it aboard.
And now the stunning truth finally hits the men of the Liberty. Captain McGonigal had been right. The attacker is not Russia or Egypt, it's Israel.
And this was at 3:15, an hour and a quarter after the attack started. And so here we were, presumably sinking, 40-foot hole in the side, still on fire. We're expecting any minute to have, a cloud of American jets out there to rescue us.
But help would never come, because an hour earlier, when Captain Tully had launched rescue jets from the 6th Fleet's aircraft carrier, USS Saratoga, they were suddenly recalled.
His airplanes went off, disappeared, and almost immediately there were orders from the local on-scene commander, Admiral Geis, saying recall those airplanes. He had received orders from Washington to recall the airplanes.
According to the men of the Liberty, the torpedo boat attack lasts 40 minutes. Now, an hour and a quarter after the air and sea attack began, the torpedo boats leave the area. Incredibly, although the Liberty suffers a 40 by 40-foot hole from the torpedo, she hasn't sunk.
The reason it didn't take us down immediately was because the torpedo hit one of the supporting I-beams. So the torpedo just stopped once it hit the ship and exploded. If it had gone a foot either side of that where it actually hit, it would have gone completely through the ship, and then we would have gone down in an instant. We hadn't sunk, and I was still alive, and I thought, well, maybe I'm going to make it this day. Then we had word that an Israeli troop helicopter, I believe, was coming at us, and that we may be boarded.
A large helicopter came out with a big open door, a machine gun mounted in the doorway. Word passed through the ship that, you know, they've sent armed troops out here to finish us off.
But the helicopter makes no attempt to land or communicate with the Liberty, and after several minutes, it too leaves the scene. Finally, at about 4:15, they're able to call for help once more.
We didn't have any encrypted communications. We only had plain language. We went out on plain language that we were being attacked by the Israeli armed forces.
If the Israelis were eavesdropping on the communications in the area, they would have gotten indications that the ship had managed to get out a distress call to the 6th Fleet. Knowing the 6th Fleet had a number of aircraft carriers nearby, it wouldn't be long before some fighters would be out there flying to the rescue.
Moments after the Liberty is finally able to radio that Israel is the aggressor, the Israeli government contacts the President of the United States. Israel admits responsibility for the attack, calling it a tragic mistake. A mistake which has taken the lives of 34 American crewmen and wounded 171.